And they don't like black people. You know that?
Is this the future of the United States? Welcome to the most Muslim city in America. You might know Hamtramck as the city that helped President Donald Trump flip Michigan in 2024. Or perhaps you've heard of its controversial LGBTQ pride flag ban. Once predominantly inhabited by the Polish,
Do you get along well with the Muslim neighbors?
Hamtramck is now the most densely populated Arab city in America. I wanted to see firsthand what life in this incredibly unique city is really like. Beyond the headlines and news clips, I ventured into the streets, stepped into shops, visited mosques, and even sat down in the homes of residents to uncover the realities of daily life here. The story of Hamtramck isn't just the story of Michigan. It's a reflection of the rapid cultural shifts shaping America. As Christianity declines and immigration reaches record highs, the rise of Islam signals a transformation that's redefining what it means to be American. I spoke with local residents, business owners, and even city council members to better understand Hamtramck's Islamic community, the changes that have taken place over the decades, and what this city reveals about America's future. By the end of this video, you'll decide if Hamtramck is a symbol of how diversity can redefine the American dream or how it can challenge its very foundation. This is the Muslims in America.
United States is one of the best countries in the world, welcoming everybody.
The whole world in 2 square miles. Discover Hamtramck.
You might be thinking, how could the entire world be encapsulated in just a 2 square mile radius in a small suburb outside of Detroit? Well, that's because Hamtramck and where we're gonna get to later, Dearborn, Michigan, they're actually some of the most interesting cities in all of the United States. For example, here in Hamtramck, even though the population is only 20,000 people, over 30 different languages are spoken. When trying to understand how people live and what day-to-day life is actually like in a city, in a place that I don't understand, I've found that it's always best to just go into the neighborhoods and to actually talk to the real people that live there.
And my name's Lil Mama.
What's up, little mama? Nice to meet you. I'm Brent.
Hey, what's your name?
Molly.
Molly, nice to meet you, Molly.
Nice to meet you.
Khalil Rafai?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are a member of the city council here in Hamtramck.
Yes, sir.
This is Noor.
Nora, nice to meet you again. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good, brother. Are you Tony?
Yes, sir.
Nasser.
Nasir, assalamu alaikum, nice to meet you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
So I've been told that Nasir is the most successful loan officer in all of Hamtramck, is that right?
Yeah, I'm Tahir.
Tahir, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
How long have you been living in Dearborn?
Since from 1995.
What's your name, sir?
Sadiq,
Sadiq, nice to meet you. Could you tell us the name of your store?
Bengali spice and live quality.
What's your name?
My name is Gamal.
Nice to meet you, Gamal.
Nice to meet you too.
And what was your name?
Nazmul Islam.
Nazmul Islam. Nice to meet you. So you are a real estate agent here.
I'm a real estate broker and insurance broker last 20 years.
What's your name?
Your name is Mervat?
Mervat, yeah.
Could you tell us your role here at the mosque?
Oh, currently, I'm a member of the Board of Trustees. I'm currently the first vice chair of the Islamic Center. And I've been volunteering at the Islamic Center for closely to 28 to 30 years.
I drove to meet with one of my followers named Arash, who had offered to show me around Hamtramck and give me a local perspective on life in the city. In classic Bangladeshi fashion, we sat down to chat and drink chai before he showed me around the neighborhood and introduced me to a few business owners.
This is Arash, and you emigrated here from Bangladesh,
Correct.
to Hamtramck. If you could describe the city of Hamtramck in one word, what would it be?
Diverse. Diverse, very diverse.
And if you could describe Hamtramck in one word, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question.
Just one.
Diverse. I know it's kind of cliche, but it is diverse. Like I said, like I'm around all different types of people here all the time, and I like that feeling, so.
That's great. This is a perfect encapsulation of America and the American dream, I feel. So.
I feel like it is too. It's like all different people living in the same space, enjoying all the same things, so.
If you could describe Hamtramck in one word, what would it be?
Diverse, very diverse. There's a lot of people, a lot of ethnicities, it's a lot of people, bro. Everybody's coming. A lot of people are coming, moving out of the burbs, come from downtown.
If you could describe Hamtramck in one word, what would it be?
Multicultural city that represents the whole world.
If you could describe Hamtramck in one word, what would it be?
I would say beautiful place to live, all the people.
Beautiful
You know,
place to live, all the
yeah,
people.
exactly. It's very nice and diverse.
While it would seem most everybody I talked to considered Hamtramck's diversity to be its strongest asset, it would quickly become clear that not everybody felt that way.
Could you guys tell me, how has the neighborhood changed since you've lived here? You've lived here 30 years. How has the neighborhood changed?
Oh, it didn't change. The Bengalis and the Bangladesh is taking over. Okay, it was that. Now the Bangladesh and the Bengalis are taking over.
So, when you came here 30 years ago, it was mostly Polish people.
That's right.
And now it's mostly Bangladeshi people?
And Bengalis.
And Bengalis.
They done took over my neighborhood. I'm from Hamtramck. They done took over. I go through the neighborhood 2 weeks ago. I just see shoes on people's houses that used to be my people. Them Bangladesh and Bengali, they cleaning up in my neighborhood. They fixing up houses over there as I talk right now. I just left from Hamtramck.
So the black population has decreased here
Yes.
in Hamtramck? How does the black community get along with the Bengalis and the Muslims?
Oh, they don't like them worth a damn. And I don't either, but I have a Bengali friend.
Hey, Mama.
Is there any issue with crime or anything like that in Hamtramck? Is there a concern about crime?
Oh, no concern about crime, because police deep.
The police are deep here.
Oh, yeah, honey. They got worried about Hamtramck. You better not breaking nobody's house over here. They be on your ass like right on right.
So it's a very, very tough police force.
Sure is.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's 5 right there. If you didn't live in Hamtramck, where would you want to live?
I'm downtown right now. I love where I'm at. You can't pay me to come back over here in this town no more.
No one could pay you to come back.
No one.
And that's because...
I wouldn't take the money. I would turn you down because you go to Bangladesh and the Bengali. And they don't like black people. You know that? But I got a friend love black women.
Well, all right. I really thank you so much for telling me a little bit about the city.
I will.
God bless.
God bless you.
So we're outside of the Greater Detroit Hospital and a few other buildings
which have been abandoned, which is kind of the vibe that I'm getting all throughout Hamtramck. There does not seem to be a lot of new businesses. Everything kind of seems run down. So I'm really curious to talk to people and ask, how they feel about the state of the neighborhood and,
what's gonna take over some of these decrepit old buildings here. How has the neighborhood changed since you moved here?
I heard, but was before this this neighborhood is very corrupted, but now this neighborhood is very nice and good.
What word did you use? Crap?
Yeah, before there, people telling a lot of crime like this, like 80, and after that, there when is the Muslim community there move here, especially everything changed. Now very beautiful.
And so the Muslim population moving here, the immigrants from Bangladesh,
Yemen, Arab country.
They have had a positive effect on the neighborhood. More businesses, less crime.
Yeah. I look like, I didn't see anything since I moved like 6 years. I don't see any more crime in this area.
Wow. How has the neighborhood changed in the past 20 years since you've been working here? How has Hamtramck changed?
Hamtramck was basically a Polish city, people from Poland, and mostly East European has a most dominant demographic population-wise, this area. In 90s, people start coming from New York, the Bengalis, and then Yemenis came, and now I believe cities, it's not an accurate data, but I would say about...
Can you kind of tell me how the neighborhood has changed over the past maybe decade or as long as you've lived here?
Hamtramck is really different. When I was younger, it wasn't as busy as it is now, which is really nice. There's all the best food in the city.
How much has the neighborhood changed in those 7 years? How much has Hamtramck changed from when you first arrived to now?
Yeah, it's changed a lot. I mean, believe me, lots of Bengali and many people are moving right now to Hamtramck and Detroit, even though Warren, and especially people are moving from New York, California, New Jersey, due to the affordable housing and employment.
So many other locals I met have told me that because of, essentially what is a lower cost destination for Muslims, that so many people have come here to be part of a community to, have everything close by and not have to pay those crazy taxes that cities on the coast are known for.
Right. And another thing, we have a lot of, mosque and what is called Islamic education institution. There's another benefit for the people to come here to educate their kids.
How has the neighborhood changed from today compared to 5 years ago? What's been the biggest difference?
The big difference is the most immigrant people come here. The majority people in Hamtramck is Yemenis and Bengalis.
Yemenis and Bengali are the
And
two main types of people here.
Two types of
Interesting.
people, interesting, yeah.
And so then I've heard in Dearborn there's more Iraqis and more Lebanese.
Yeah.
Got it.
All of us is Arab. Lebanese, Yemenis, Iraqis is Arab.
So being here almost 30 years, you've seen so much change,
So
much growth. And you stated earlier that one of the reasons for building the mosque was because the Muslim population here was just growing and growing more and more each year.
Right.
In the past 5 years, how are things now? Because for everyone we've talked to today, it seems the population is increasing, more immigrants are moving here. So when you come here on Friday prayer, does it feel packed? Does it feel like we're going to need more room soon?
It's packed. We actually, when we do the walk around, you'll see carpets on the side. And those are carpets that we actually have to roll outside of the prayer room so we can accommodate the people. Because our prayer room, who fits 1,000 people, it's not fitting.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's no room for us to make our prayer hall bigger, but in a sense we can accommodate outside of the prayer hall so we can pick up as many people. Even our religious holidays for Eid, you'll see 3,000 people coming in here within the hour. They'll be waiting 45 minutes in line just to get in here, in a sense, and we have 3 to 4 prayers that morning just to accommodate the community. And remember, there's about 50 mosques, small and large, within the Metro Detroit area. That there's a huge population of Arab American Muslims here, that they're spread apart. Wow. So back in the 60s, 70s, even 80s, there was really 2 or 3, and the Islamic Center had a huge role to do within the Metro Detroit area, and we still do.
How has the neighborhood changed the most over the past 30 years since you've lived here? What have been the biggest changes to Dearborn?
Evergreen all the way to Wyoming. There is not even one store, Arab stores. No restaurant, no Arab food. I will say 1998, we did start doing our business.
1998 is when the
Arabs start, yes. Especially when the Iraqis coming from the refugee camp, and we make a business here. You see now, like I said, about 10 mile, 15 mile down Warren Avenue and Michigan Avenue, Fort Road, all the Arabs. Most, I will say 90%. That's how it changed changed our life. Because we was looking for, the meat, halal meat.
Yeah.
We never find it.
And now it's halal stores everywhere. Virtually every single store sells halal food.
Exactly. It says a lot of things. Even the school, they changed the law because of our kids.
Sure,
we have,
halal food.
Our halal food and our culture, and they teaching them about that, which is amazing.
Since Hamtramck was once a predominantly Polish neighborhood, I scoured the streets looking for an actual Polish person to share their thoughts on how the neighborhood had changed.
All right, so we've got someone here just across from the Polish restaurant. She's got some very, very excited dogs. Do you like living in Hamtramck? Yes. Do you have many Polish friends, Polish neighbors? And do you get along well with the Muslim neighbors?
Yeah.
You do?
It's okay.
But now, small amount of Polish people, large amount of Muslim people now in Hamtramck. Okay.
It's okay.
And you're happy here?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Do people from the white community, the black community, the Arab community, do they all get together and mingle, or is everyone kind of keep to themselves?
Oh no, they get together and mingle. It usually be like the kids, they all play black, Arabic, white, like everybody. So nobody, is prejudiced against each other. Everybody comes together. We all look out for each other. Like, it's one big community for real.
One reason I wanted to come here was because I visited a lot of Muslim majority countries, and people that follow the Islamic faith have always been some of the nicest, most generous people to me anywhere in the world. So I wanted to come to a Muslim majority neighborhood in America to see if that, mentality, that kind of big-heartedness is still true, but also just to help people understand that we all have way more in common than we have different. And here in America especially, there's still a lot of anti-Muslim sentiment. There's still a lot of racism. Do you see or do you hear anything in regards to racism on a day-to-day basis here?
I mean, I don't see that much what is called religious discrimination over here. I mean, even though it's those tri-county area, because it's a kind of mixed culture, lots of people. So I don't see that much discrimination or anything. And for the Muslim people, I mean, we tell the world that the way the media expose us as a like extremists, we are not like that. We are very liberal, and we're friendly with other people.
Has it been easy for you to make friends in the community since you moved here?
Yeah. Our community is very nice people. They are, easy, friendly with people,
I've been walking around talking to a variety of people, Muslim people, Polish people, white people, black people, brown people. Does everybody essentially get along here, or are there still elements of racism or discrimination?
I don't see a big part of discrimination here. I didn't experience that thing, living last 25 years. I mean, nobody discriminate me, at least to do the business, to establish myself for everyday function here. Obviously, there are people in the street or every corner, they have personal issues with somebody. I don't say it is a discrimination or hate. It's not the case here.
From your experience as a white person, what is it like here in terms of like all the diversity? Do all the different ethnicities and religious groups get along with each other?
I think so. That's one of my favorite things about the city is like I can walk next to a woman in her hijab with her family going to the mosque or some community thing, and I'm in my tank top.
Sure, yeah.
And and I respect them, they respect me. I don't think I've ever seen anyone fighting ever either, like cross racially or anything like that here. I think people just respect that this is a space that we all get to be in.
One thing I'm noticing as I've walked around these neighborhoods is that there's no fast food. There's no McDonald's, there's no Burger King, there's no KFC, and you're telling me that's because if it's not halal,
it's not going to survive here.
0% survival rate. So if you want to start a business here in Hamtramck, it's halal or bust, guys. So this is really interesting, and maybe this actually sums up life in Hamtramck very well.
So right over there, of course, we have the old Hamtramck, the hospital we saw earlier that is now closed down and abandoned. But over here, we've got a new school that's been opened for what I assume is the Bengali community. You've got this insane mural, and that is the Bengali alphabet. So there you've got kind of Hamtramck's past and what is now Hamtramck's future.
Your family emigrated from Bangladesh to Hamtramck. Why do you think so many people from around the world, so many Muslim people, come to Hamtramck? What's so appealing about this neighborhood?
So my family first immigrated back in New York. From there they moved to Florida. From Florida, my brother, he had two newborn back in 2008 and 9 and 10. So what happened is he was trying to find out where he can give proper Islamic education to his kids. So he researched a little bit and found out Michigan is one of the places where he can put his kids into Islamic schools. So that's when he decided to move to Michigan. I was still in Florida back in 2013 and 14. I decided to move back to Michigan as well because my parents were here and I was missing them basically. And since then I'm here.
I think it's very diverse. I love it. It's a lot of different cultures, different food, and everybody really just get along. Like, it's a good atmosphere. It's also the safest.
Also the same. I've heard that. Well, and you live literally right across the street from the police station. Are you seeing the population rise year over year here in Hamtramck?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, population rising, also rent is rising, house prices are rising, everything. It's because of supply and demand.
And why should people move to Hamtramck?
Yeah, because of lower cost, affordable housing, and easy to find job, and it's a mixed culture and everything.
There's a lot of people watching this video that someday may dream of moving to Hamtramck. What would you tell them? Why would you tell them that they should come here, that they should work on fulfilling their American dreams here?
One thing to tell you, we wish that Hamtramck was bigger than it is right now. It's at 2.1 square miles. Its houses are next to each other. We don't have enough land space for us to have more houses to be built and stuff like that. We wish we did, because people are choosing Hamtramck a place to live in. And the reason why it's safe, diversity. Your neighbor could be a Polish, the other side could be Albanian, and in front of you could be a Yemeni. So you have that diversity within the city of Hamtramck. Our schools are great. City, it's changing. It's changing to the best, and that's one thing that people are really choosing Hamtramck. I recommend whoever wants to come to Hamtramck to live or even to visit. Please come here to the city of Hamtramck. You will love it. I guarantee you. If you don't move in, you will visit the city of Hamtramck again.
As a real estate broker, are you seeing more people move to Hamtramck? Are you seeing people both emigrate here from places like Bangladesh, but are you also seeing people move here from throughout Michigan or throughout the United States? Is Hamtramck becoming more popular?
I would say what I saw mostly newcomer, the immigrants start here and then live few years, go to school, second generation get a job, they work few years after struggle, they're financially okay, then move to a different city like Warren, now one of the big population, Bangladeshi population, and Dearborn, Muslim population, Sterling Heights, Troy. These are the area people start here and then they go.
So the immigrants first come here,
and then
they
also,
build their life, and then they move on.
And also a lot of people came from New York.
New York?
A lot of people in New York.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think Muslims would leave New York to live here?
I mean, it's an economic issue, I would say. Not the number one reason is housing. Good housing, employment opportunities better, life is easy compared to big cities. And,
much more affordable here than it is in New York City.
Definitely. And obviously, immigrant people, they can speak their own language, own people, the culture. Those are the things.
How long have you owned the store?
6 years.
6 years. Were you born in America?
No, I'm born from Bangladesh.
You lived in Florida for 30 years.
30 years.
Why did you leave sunny Florida to come through Michigan?
And I moved here, Michigan, because of halal business.
You moved here from Florida because of halal
business, yeah.
Because there's obviously a larger Muslim population.
Right, yeah. I love this, our Muslim.
Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Yemen.
And so with such a large Yemeni population here, is it easy to make friends? Would you tell people from Yemen that this is a great place to move, a great place to live?
Hamtramck, it's super easy to make a friend or relationship with different people, because all the people, I think the most of people in Hamtramck is friendly. They make relationship. Also, we have too much parties, we have too much festival.
So this is really cool. My friend here is telling me that you can tell when a Bangladeshi lives in one of these houses
because chances are they're going to take their front yard or backyard space and make a garden out of it, so they're growing their own food.
In these areas we're walking around now, I noticed that, parts of the downtown area look a little kind of run down and stuff, but all the homes look pretty well maintained.
So it wasn't the case 10 years ago, 12 years ago. What happened is a lot of people invested heavily in these houses. They renovated outside. They did spend a lot of money to make this house beautiful, what you see now. And like I said, 8, 9, 10 years ago, these houses sold for $15,000, $20,000. Now you can't even find them for
Wait. You said these, like this house behind me, how much would that have sold
probably 10 years ago, probably 20, 25, 30,000.
$25,000 to $30,000. That's taxes on most homes in America.
Exactly.
Wow.
And now the same house you can find for $250,000.
$250,000.
Exactly. People won't give up.
Insane. So look at the positivity that immigration has had on this neighborhood. We had talked earlier that the crime rate has significantly dropped compared to 10 years ago.
I thought I would come here
to City Hall, which doubles as the police station. So maybe we can find out, what's going on in the town from people that are kind of in a city planning stage, and also, of course, the people that are enlisted to keep the city safe.
While I couldn't find any police officers to speak with, the staff at City Hall helped me connect with a city council member who was more than happy to answer my questions.
He was nice enough to come in on his day off. I emailed him, and within like an hour, he got back to me. So very thankful that you've taken some time to invite me in here.
My pleasure.
So as a member of the city council, what is the most important issue facing the city of Hamtramck right now?
There's a lot of issues. Most of the issues we have, as I became the city council for my first term, and then you have a team that's working with one another with mayor and council. We're able to have unity and work as one team to make sure the things that the city was facing and suffering, we're able to make that to a change. And having the right mayor, right team, you're able to work as a team and make those changes. There's a lot of things that have been going on in the city of Hamtramck, more of, me growing the city of Hamtramck, we haven't seen more of things being done in the city of Hamtramck with roads, services, where since we took over in city council and the government, now you have new alleys, new streets, more better services, snow plowing, sweeps, street sweeping. So all these services been done, and it's around more than previously with the previous administration. And since we took over, we were able to balance the budget for the city of Hamtramck. For the past 16 years, there was always a deficit in the budget. There was issues. We had twice. We had the state took over the city because of budget issues. Since entire Muslim council mayor took over, alhamdulillah, thanks to God, we're able to balance the city's budget, and we're plus in our budget. We're doing real good, even though with all these services and things that we have been doing in the city of Hamtramck.
I couldn't come to a place as diverse as Hamtramck without trying the food. Arash and I broke bread at a Yemeni restaurant, and it was phenomenal. Hamtramck might just be one of the best food cities in America.
Final thoughts on Hamtramck. Anytime I visit a new country or a new city, I ask myself, could I live there? And while Hamtramck at first, it seemed kind of run down, it seemed kind of gritty, it seemed kind of grimy, just in the few hours I've spent here, I think this is a city that has not only reached an incredible, how do I want to say, level of livability, but this is also a city on the rise, because there's so many closed businesses here. There's so much potential for people to move in and create a business that really works. We talked to a lot of successful business owners out here. That loan officer guy, that guy was making millions of dollars per year. Now, if you are a Bangladeshi, a Pakistani, a Yemeni person, and you're living in your country and you're thinking about moving to America, Hamtramck would probably be one of the best neighborhoods, maybe it would probably be the best neighborhood in the United States to move to. You already have the community built in. You're surrounded by open-minded people. It's safe. Like we talked to those one people, there's just not a lot of crime here. And then most importantly, there is a tremendous amount of business potential here. You can open a business here and you've already got the customer base built in, because like we talked about earlier, the whites are buying from the whites, the Bangladeshis are buying from the Bangladeshis, and so on and so on. And with so many closed businesses, I don't see a failed city. I just see an opportunity. I just see a city bustling with opportunity. So that's my final thoughts on Hamtramck. Now we go and compare with Dearborn. Let's go. So now remember, to refresh, in Hamtramck, there was mostly a Bengali and Yemeni population, where here now in Dearborn, it's majority Iraqi and majority Lebanese, with all the other groups mixed in.
Hey, how are you, man?
Good, good.
Good, good. What did you just say?
That's all the Arabs.
All the Arabs, yeah. I'm Brent Tim.
Sir.
Hey, thank you, brother.
I appreciate you doing the drive-by interview, man. Thank you, man.
Were you born here in the United States?
No, I was born in Iraq.
And out of all the places that you could have immigrated to in the United States, what made you come here to Dearborn?
Because I heard Arabs here, clear up Arab community was Yemeni, so said let's go. Everybody was calling, hey, you want to go Michigan? All Arabs. They don't have to speak English. We coming here. So one after family after family, family after family, and you see now.
Wow, Arab paradise now.
Exactly.
From what I've heard, Dearborn's very safe. Everybody gets along.
Definitely. We get along with the chief of the police. Really, I mean, we are close with everybody, with the city, with the police department. We make it safe. If we see anything wrong here, we will have to protect our city. Now we feel our homes right here.
If you could describe Dearborn in one word, what would it be?
Never, ever. If you make me a billionaire to live anywhere else, never choose only Dearborn.
Only here.
That's it.
Even with $1 billion, there's nowhere else
If it's $1 billion, whatever you want me, no, never. Not leaving Dearborn. So I feel at home now. That's my house.
This is yours.
That's my community. That's my people.
I saw that flag. I wanted to ask. That's your house?
That's my house.
Oh, wow. Okay, I saw the flag and I wanted to ask about. Turns out it's his house.
That's about
Crazy coincidence.
Imam Hussein's son.
I'd love to see your house. Yeah,
okay.
Showing me your house. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, here we go, guys. The Islamic, Muslim hospitality
Yeah,
in the flesh.
I mean, you have to come to the house.
You can probably imagine my shock that an actual US citizen was inviting me into their home. Inviting a foreigner into your home is a common practice in countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh, but it's nearly unheard of here in America.
No, please don't apologize.
Come on in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, just your tip. Up, please. Thank you.
Okay, it smells delicious in here.
Thank you. Yeah, we just cooked it because
It smells incredible.
we have the Quran live.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, are they praying now? Is it
No, it's just the
called a prayer?
Quran. They're reading the Quran. You know, it's a good thing to listen to.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Good, nice to meet you. I'm Brent. Hi. Oh, sorry. So nice to meet you. Wow.
This is they call meluchia. We're cooking meluchia. My wife doing it.
Oh my God, it smells incredible in here.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's good. She just started on it. Feel comfortable.
Since leaving Iraq, have you gone back to
I did.
see family?
I
Okay.
did. Yes, I did. I was with the USA Army in 2002.
You're in the Army?
I was contracted with them.
Thank you for your service.
Trained them USA military about the Iraqi culture before they invade Iraq. Before we get not invade, I was calling invade, not before we calling it to give us the freedom because Saddam's regime.
Sure.
Because Saddam he killed my mom when I was young.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's happened anyway, and so I was from 2002, I'll say till 2012, 13. I was Kuwait, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, everywhere.
Wow.
I was with them. I was in the Camp Lejeune in the North Carolina, trained the USA military before they hit in there.
Amazing. You've lived 5 lifetimes in your short time on Earth.
How is it for immigrants coming here for employment? Are there a lot of jobs in Dearborn?
A lot of jobs. Let me tell you this. Anybody's coming here, you have 2 choices. The first choice, if you want to go and be lazy and take Social Security or unemployment or welfare, that's the way you're not making money, okay? If you want to be a man and you're making a good life, go start work. I started working first when I got here, $3 an hour.
Wow.
Believe me, 2 jobs. 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at night till 2 o'clock in the morning. I go home, sleep 2 hours and a half, or 2.5 hours. 7 o'clock I have to wake up till 3 o'clock. 2 jobs. And they paid $3 an hour back then. And I got on my feet. I have my own business and doing great.
And it all paid off, all that hard work paid off. You've got a house,
my
you got a
house,
business,
and I got
family.
business, and I got houses, 2 houses overseas. And
2 houses overseas?
Correct. I bought it for my family.
Noor, what's it like being a child growing up in Dearborn? Do you like it here?
Yeah.
Is it easy to make friends?
Yeah, pretty much.
At school, is it a mix of Islamic children and Christian children? Does everyone kind of get together, or do you go to a strictly Islamic school?
There's mostly Muslim people, but like there's like a couple Christian people, but like I get along with everyone basically.
Everybody gets along.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much.
And you have to eat.
Thank you so
cannot leave
much.
without eating because you come to our Arab's house, you have to eat.
What would you want to say to children around the world that are living in Iraq or living in other Arab nations that want to come to the United States? What would you tell them?
I mean, it's nice here. It's fun here. Like there's many things to do here.
The lovely matriarch of the household, the mother, the wife, who doesn't want to be on camera, totally respect that, has brought me some amazing food. Could you please tell me the name of this again?
It's a mlokhia. They call it mlokhia.
Mokia?
Mlokhia.
Mlokia.
Yeah.
I don't have that Lebanese accent down. And you're Lebanese. Your husband is Iraqi?
Yes.
And you're Lebanese. Wow. This looks so good. Is that spinach?
It's type of leaves, but it's not spinach.
A type of leaves. Wow.
Yeah.
And then so I take the lemon and I...
Squeeze it and eat it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. This means so much to me. You have no idea. You just came from work and you whipped this up.
Yes.
Thank you. I can't express my gratitude and my thankfulness for offering, inviting me into your home. Thank you. Thank you so much.
To hear.
My brother,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thanks for
Noor,
coming.
it was so nice meeting you.
You have an amazing wife, an amazing
you.
mother who made
Thank
me
you.
some amazing food, and
Thank
she
you.
wrapped it up
Thank you.
so that I can take it home. Thank you. I really, really appreciate everything.
If you're coming to Michigan, anytime feel like your house, please.
I promise you I will see you again if I
Sure,
come back to
sure,
Michigan.
sure.
Thank you guys so much. Be well.
Now, we are here
at the Islamic Center of America, the largest mosque in the United States. And
wow, she's beautiful. Let's go in. Is that a Christian church over there?
it must be some sort of Christian church, because there's the cross.
And what's crazy is on the other side of this mosque, there are like 4 or 5 other churches as well. So you've got this area here that is like the church district of Dearborn. There was a Catholic church, there was a Lutheran church. Early in the day, we saw a Protestant church. No matter what religion you are, it seems you can come to Detroit, Dearborn, Hamtramck, and find a community. No wonder so many people want to move here.
I spent over an hour speaking with Mervat to learn about the history of the mosque and talk about what challenges are facing the Islamic community today.
So now we're entering the prayer hall, and wow, it's stunning. Yes. So one question I want to ask centers around the youth. So I grew up Christian, Catholic, and in the United States, at least based on population, over the past 20 years, Christianity in the United States is down almost 20%. The young people don't follow the same religious principles as their parents did. So I'm curious if you're seeing the same thing in Islam.
We are. We're definitely seeing that. It's a challenge to get the youth in here, and we're doing so much to try to get the youth. We do have a group called the United Network of Islam, which is UNI, and they have weekly programs in English, but what they do also, they concentrate of the teachings of Islam, but they'll do it in a fun workshop.
Okay.
So just to attract the youth to come in. Everyone's struggling to get the youth. And it's just trying to get them to walk into these doors is a challenge, and it's not easy. Are we working very hard? Yes. Can we do better? Yes. But it's just finding the right person and the right group of youths who come in and to grab the attention of others. And then remember, many different youths have different, how could I say it, like different customs, like different mindset of Islam. So then you're trying to incorporate everyone into one and to come in a median.
What do you think is one of the main reasons why the youth are kind of moving away from the faith, or they're kind of moving away from, the everyday duties of Islam in terms of
peer pressure?
Peer pressure.
There's social media. Social media has a huge impact. Now we even have our programs on social media, just at least attract the ones that don't want to come in. And we try to be as friendly as possible. It's just to let them know that if they have an issue or they have a problem, just come in. We're here to help. You'll see some people just sitting in the prayer room studying. You see some people from universities that will come in here and study quietly, because it's a quiet
peaceful place.
This is the most peaceful place that anyone can come in, and we're just trying as hard as we can to bring them in.
And so do you think things that just like cell phones are distracting the youth from?
Oh, definitely. The cell phones has a huge, it's distracting all of us, youth or not. I'm obsessed. Obsessed with the cell phone. We just want people to at least dedicate one day to come into a mosque, whether it be a service on Sunday, and have breakfast. Just have breakfast and speak to other community members that would give them some sort of peace.
And I'm sure you have people you talk to all over the world, family members. Is kind of the youth moving away from Islam, is that just intrinsic here to the United States? Or is that the same case all over the world?
All over the world. It has nothing to do with being American. It has nothing to do with living in the United States. It's all over the world. And then also there's a lot, I feel, this is just my opinion. I mean, when you hear about Islam, or you hear about different imams speaking and the ways that they speak, or the ways of, they turn off a lot of youth. So that's the hard part. But you can't sit there and pick and choose who is speaking, or in a sense of this person's wrong, this person's right. So it's hard. It's a hard challenge, but it starts at home.
Okay, last question for the day. If you could tell the world one thing about Dearborn, about Hamtramck, and maybe just about Islam in general, what would it be? Because there's so many people out here that are watching the video that are followers of Islam, but I'm guessing there's also a lot of people that are from America, and they're scared when they see that, a mosque is being built in their neighborhood, or that people that don't look like them are moving in. What would you tell those people?
I would honestly say pick up a Quran if it's in English and read it. I mean, you will find that the Quran is very, very peaceful. There's nothing hatred that's said in the Quran. Is always myths that people grab sentences in doing it. So I would say always educate yourself. Even as Muslims, we're always told that we have to always educate. Education doesn't stop. And then if you have a question, speak to your neighbor. Love thy neighbor. I mean, it says it right in the Quran.
And that's that. I hope this video perhaps changed your perceptions about Islam in America, and maybe now you're even considering visiting or even moving to Hamtramck. Thanks to everybody in the video who shared their time with me. And if you liked this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to continue to support me making films like this all over the world.
The American dream possible for anybody with a right mindset and hard work.